Hello everybody, welcome to the new series. This is going to be Ikkō Ikki, Very Hard Shogun 2 campaign. Why I've chosen Ikkō Ikki is they're a very interesting faction in Shogun 2 Total War. Now this is a game I've played quite a bit back in the past, but not a bit recently, so we're going to be warming up with the Ikkō Ikki. They're a bit difficult. Of course, we'll be playing them on Very Hard. The reason why they are difficult is because they share a different religion than the rest of Japan. Of course, instead of being Shinto, they are Shinshu Buddhism, or Buddhists, and they're a bit fanatical, and that's kind of why I like them. You can recruit really good Buddhist monk units later on in the game. Of course, their actual Ashigaru units are pretty terrible, but they make up for it, and the fact that each Ashigaru unit consists of about 200 men, which is quite a bit more than the other factions in this game, so you kind of overrun them with quantity but not quality in the early game. And their samurai units are actually a bit interesting too, because instead of being like other samurai units, they are actually fewer in number but better in quality, and this kind of reflects their unique history as being a kind of a fanatical minority religious group that's set to overthrow the current existing order in Japan. Of course, they're very much against the samurai Shogunate, or Order of the Emperor, I guess you could say at this moment. Well, not really an emperor. I think at this point it's a shogunate. So anyways, what we're going to be doing in this game is immediately I'm going to go ahead and set on the music. I know we don't have any right now. And kind of tweak some of this stuff around. That should be pretty good. Right, so immediately, what we're going to be doing here is setting up a system of alliances that will keep us alive. As you guys can see, we are in a very unique position, being quite in the middle of Japan, honestly. I mean, a lot of different flanks in which we can be attacked from, especially if we were to expand south into Omi, Kyoto, and Mino, as this would open up a vast front in which we would have to defend. So, in order for us to succeed as this fanatical sect that is existing very precariously with the current social order, what we're going to be doing is immediately going ahead and sending out some diplomats. If we can get some trade open, usually that will make people a little bit more friendly to our advances. Immediately I'm going to be setting about making a trade agreement with Pasai, and perhaps even an alliance. Well, let's see. Maybe we can get some money out of it instead. No, we can't. Alright, so we're going to accept an alliance with Asai. We're not going to honor it, obviously, so if they ever actually need our help, we're not going to help them. And we're going to go to Sakai as well, because, like I said, I want to ensure that we have the minimal amount of fronts open at each time, because the AI will get quite a bit of bonuses on Very Hard. And the reason that I've chosen hard instead of Very Hard instead of Legendary is because Legendary locks you into something that's called Battle Realism Mode, and that's just really annoying, so we're not going to worry about that. Okay, so we couldn't get a alliance out of both of them, but we got an alliance with Asai. Hopefully they don't crumble to the Hattori in the first few turns as they usually do. And immediately we're going to go ahead and set about upgrading our choke point, and the choke point will be our capital of Echizen for the time being. Like I said, I'd like to go east to minimize the amount of fronts that we will have open at any available time, and going east kind of means declaring war over here on the Etsu and Noto that's controlled by the Hitakayama. So immediately we're going to set about increasing Echizen's abilities, but of course before we can do that we have to make food first, unsurprisingly. And because we already have artisans in this province is ideal for making bowmen. However, that being said, the current bowmen are absolutely terrible. The Ashigaru bowmen, they have like half the stats of the other base Ashigaru units in this game. Of course, they make up for it in quantity, but it's at a certain point it's just not worth it. So we're going to go archery in this province over here. And we're also going to go ahead and set about making a military for our men. We will send them to Kaga, where I believe we can also, we can recruit Lone Sword Ashigaru, very good units. And tell you what, instead of making an archery dojo, I think it'd make more sense if we made 2 Lone Sword Ashigaru units, and next turn we work on doing more than that. So we're going to end our turn after going to Zen, so that we can get the Jodo Shinshu Temple. And if I didn't say it before, these guys are very fanatical. I mean, they have this faith called Ikko, and it's pretty good. I can spread it to other provinces passively if I have this this unit, the Jodo Shinshu Temple. It's very, very good. Of course, a very good strategy using these Ikkō Ikki monks is to kind of incite a revolt in other provinces. It's really, really powerful, really, really good thing to do. And, right, so now we got 2 more units. 2 Lone Sword Ashigarus, very, very good. We're going to be sending them over to Kaga. And like I said, we're going to kind of do not a lightning war, but we'll be able to defend anybody who opens a front against us. We'll be keeping your eyes on the west and south, where Okasa seems to be building up a little bit of an army on our border. Not really a problem yet, though. And over here, we're going to be recruiting some more units. Like I said, the Bo Ashigaru units are just complete garbage. We're not going to really worry about that at this point. And over here, we will be constructing a archery dojo. And next turn, I think I'm going to go work about the stronghold. So, pretty decent so far. Of course, we could hire more units. As much as the bowmen are absolute garbage, we might need a little bit. But hold on. You know what? No, that's not even worth it. What we'll do instead is make 1 more swordsman. Right, so that's pretty good. Not too bad. Alright, we're going to end our turn once again. So like I said, the survival is paramount. Paramount in this this particular Let's Play. Of course, Sakai has just declared war on us, which is unfortunate. And they have a lot of allies, too. So we're going to immediately go reinforce our border on the west. That's just annoying, honestly, that they would do that. But they did. So immediately we're going to be sending back our men in that direction. The faster, the better. Including these 2 swordsmen. Next turn we'll be able to defend our city of Echizen. So that's good. I think at this point, now that we are shifting our geopolitical focus, we're going to try to maybe trade with Echu, so that we have 1 more front that's not too, I guess, permeable. Or the Jimbo, I should say. Yeah, we get some money out of this. No? Okay. We tried. What about the Hitakayama? No, we can't trade with them either. Saiju? Let's trade with you. Or Saito? No. Okay. See, yeah, nobody really likes us, and that's not too surprising, I guess, considering what we stand for as a clan. Or as a faction, I should say. Oh shit, I forgot to move my monk. Well, we'll make sure to do that next turn. I guess on the bright side, he is proselytizing in the east. Jimbo's declared war on me. This is really bad. Going to get attacked by 2 fronts now, but we do have an ally in Asai down below. I think we're at war with quite a bit of different people now. Let's take a look at our map. Only 2. Okay, so their allies never joined, which is a good thing. So now that Jinbo has declared war on us, it's a 2-front war, which is really unfortunate. I really hope that this is not going to happen. But Jinbo seems to be pretty weak. And what we're going to do is we're going to incite revolts in their capital, as this will allow us a upper hand, so to speak. Of course, now I'm torn between reinforcing either Echizen or Kaga. What we're going to do is we're going to keep our men on the border in case if Jinbo makes a move, or in case if Sakai makes a move, we have to be on our feet and able to intercept them as they come. Of course, now we have access to Bo-Ronin, and we're going to immediately work on that, while also pumping our army full of Lone Sword Ashigarus, who are pretty much better than Yari Ashigaru in every way, which is really nice. And like I said, we're keeping this this unit on standby, really seeing if you know, maybe Omi will come to our rescue, maybe not. Maybe we can get in an alliance with Saito. That'd be really nice. Oh no, they're hostile. Why are you hostile to us? Past grievances and alliances with an enemy clan. So that's bad news. But thankfully, Asai keeps me safe as a buffer zone, so that's nice. So we're gonna go ahead and end our turn. very much keeping our eye on future developments here between Etchu and the province over here to the west. So far, we haven't seen anything from Sakai, which is good news. And I think at this point, I also want to develop our infrastructure over here in the eastern Kaga. We definitely need to pump out a stronghold, at the very least. And I'm really tempted to scout about with my monk, but he's already busy over here. And we can't exactly incite a revolt this turn, so that's okay. Instead, we will work on demoralizing their army, so that way we can upgrade our monk with experience. And still nothing from Wakasa, which makes me a little bit nervous. So, we'll work on another Lone Sword Ashigaru. Of course, we've got a Bow Ronin going up, so that's good. I think on that side we'll be fine. I'm going to go ahead and send our men over to Kaga, which I know is a bit risky, but considering the weakness of the Jimbo, we might be able to make a move on them. But we don't have any Bow Ronin, which is a shame, but it's understandable, I guess. In the meantime, we will also make yet another Lone Sword Ashigaru. Really, really good units. And we're going to go ahead and end our turn. Next turn, we'll get a really good Mastery of the Arts. It'll give us access to those temples I was talking to you guys about. They pretty much convert every province that's adjacent to you, including enemy and allied provinces. We've got a move on our capital from both sides. Pretty interesting situation to be in. They've got quite a bit more Ashigaru than I do. But honestly, this one Bow Ronin could probably take on 3 Bow Ashigaru. I mean, that's just the discrepancy between the two. Right, so if I made this, we would be able to access, I believe, the Bow Monks, which is really, really fantastic. It'd also give us a defender to stay within the town walls, castle walls. So what we're going to do, we're going to jungle here, or juggle a little bit here. And by doing that, I mean that we're going to be... Normally I would incite a revolt, but we are lacking in money. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a Jodo Shinshu temple. That'll be very useful. Of course, we have a stronghold now, which is really, really good news. We're going to recruit more units. Honestly, I'm tempted to get the Bow Ashigaru just for quantity purposes, but that's just, it's not worth it. The Lone Sword Ashigaru, however, are really good. I think we're going to go with 2 of those. It's worth it. And I'm really tempted to reinforce these units over here in Echizen, but I wouldn't be able to get there in time anyways. So tell you what we're going to do. We're going to look about for the other enemy army. I don't really know where it is. And perhaps even set our men a bit closer to Echizen. Well, let's go ahead and do that. It's probably a safe bet. Keep them within the city walls, of course, though. I think this will suffice. That way we can defend Echizen if we need to. Although I think I'll be okay. I'm pretty confident that we'll be able to beat them if they attack us. So, you know what? I'm kind of torn. I guess we'll just go about doing this and see how it plays out. I'm just a little bit nervous now that Kaga is undefended. It's got men outside of the castle walls, but I think they will be able to reinforce. Okay, right, so they're attacking us, and they've got a bit more Ashigaru units. However, they're going to be sliced like butter, considering I've got Lone Sword Ashigaru instead, and we've got a much better bow unit. So what we're going to do is we are going to, of course, turn off Enable Drop in Battle. That's just ridiculous. And let's go ahead and fight it. This will be the first fight of the first Let's Play series, so I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm relatively confident that we will be able to win with flying colors. I know that the numbers game is a big factor in other Total War games, or in fact other strategy games. But in Total War games, usually quality, or rather in Shogun 2, quality units trump pretty much even the most mediocre quantity units. So it's important to really pump out those monk units and samurai units. Of course, later on, other clans will get access to gunpowder units. I don't think I'm going to be converting to Christianity in this Let's Play series, just because our faith is so good. I mean, I haven't shown you guys yet, but once you incite a revolt in a, I guess, rivaling province, if it's successful, you get a really large army of really good Ikkō-ikki bow monks and cavalry monks, and basically just an entire set of monks along with some Ashigaru units. It's really good. And of course, if you take the province that they revolt in, you get access to all those units in your army, which is really, really nice. I'm going to kind of set up our men in the middle of the castle in anticipation of where these men are going to be coming from, so we can move at any time. And I mean, we have a fair amount of men. This shouldn't be too much of a problem. So we've got an enemy from 3 different sides. The weakest side, of course, coming from the west, where they only have Yari Ashigaru. We can completely take care of them with just even one Lone Sword Ashigaru unit. Also from the southwest, we only have melee units. And it looks like all of the bow units are going to be coming from the south, which is okay. It's not a bad thing for me. I think what we'll do is we'll set up our bow Ronin to attack the other bow units, which will stay to the south of our walls. They won't really make their way up the walls for the time being. So we're going to send our bow Ronin over there to take care of them. And we're going to set about sending some of our Lone Sword Ashigaru out as well, who will probably more or less take care of these Yari Ashigaru, really with no problem, honestly. And we're going to also be setting out this other Lone Sword Ashigaru unit. And I mean, you guys can see how much we take up space-wise. I mean, like, this is ridiculous. We have 150 men as compared to, well, I thought it was, okay. For some reason, I thought we had 200 men instead of 150. I was wrong. But it doesn't really matter. Right, so, that being said, let's go ahead and... Oh, the reason why is because it's a garrison. Usually if we were to have a Yari Ashigaru unit, it would be 200 units. So this garrison is actually pretty good. It's better than the inferior units that I use when I recruit them, for instance. So we're going to keep our general sort of close to the action. Of course, it's strategic that I'm not putting all my melee units on the wall. We have a large regiment of bow Ashigaru over here. Once again, I will repeat. So for the units that we are not directly putting into harm's way, we're going to be moving them back a little bit. They'll be ready to reinforce, especially the melee units on the wall over here, which is good. It's important that we do that. And we've got a backup Lone Sword Ashigaru unit for when the fighting gets tough. Or no, sorry, we don't. We never, I guess, never registered that we put them on the wall. So we're going to be sending them out, just like that. And honestly, we should be okay. I mean, our bow Ronin's already taking care of some of these archers down here. And it's just, it's night and day, the amount of difference these units make in terms of quality. I'll be keeping my general over here ready to inspire the bow Ronin as soon as I can. Of course, their bow units are kind of getting close to our melee units. We'll have to reinforce those Ashigaru units eventually. That's not really too much of a problem. We're going to be sending out the samurai retainers because these things are useless. I mean, they're not even a part of my army, so they can afford to be lost. They're not useless. I mean, they're sword units. They're powerful, but you guys get the drill. I don't think we need to rally unless they're routing. Like I said, it's been okay, yeah, morale boost. Okay, that's fair. Let's do that. And we're gonna also inspire some units too. But so far, the bow Ronin are really taking care of the bow units. The Ashigaru units are there to the south, so that's solid. It's really good. And these Yari Ashigaru, I think, are probably going to get their asses kicked pretty soon. We're going to move in our garrison Yari Ashigaru unit as well. And unfortunately, it seems like they're sending up some of their own melee units up the wall. So I need to move back our Ronin, who are not really well versed in melee combat, unfortunately. So we're going to be moving them back. And have them still attack, of course, the bows over here. And we're going to be moving in our last Ikkō-ikki lone sword unit, which is good. And we're so far doing really well here. I'm going to be juggling these units over here, the garrison unit back and forth. Of course, now we're also going to be focusing on these bow units too. And we're going to try to get rid of them if we can. Because we're getting smelted by, or pelted by the enemy bow Ashigaru forces. And these guys are not even watching the wall anymore. What is going on, guys? You guys really need to watch the wall. That's important. And these guys will attack you. That's good. Where's the general? We need to inspire some units. While simultaneously seeing if we can't do some morale damage here. I'm very hesitant to charge my general into units. However, this seems to shock them in terms of morale. Can rout them, actually, so it's very useful. And what are you doing? You're just standing there getting attacked. We're going to move you forward on the wall. Come on, get over there. And my bowmen are taking heat now, unfortunately. But this is to be expected, I suppose, in a way. We're going to move you back onto the wall. Up there. That's good. And you, I don't know what you're doing. You need to attack them. That's good. And we're going to have you attack the Yari Ashigaru over here. And see, like, these men just can't do anything themselves. It's like I'm telling them everything what to do here. And I think that should rout them. Of course, the general is now underneath attack by missile units. That's okay. He'll survive. And we're going to pull him back now, so he doesn't die. I mean, I think that's even my daimyo, actually. Right, so we're going to be moving the bow running units back to the wall. That's good. And we're going to have my general route down these units here. Well, actually, no, that's not a good idea, as we have a enemy general as well. So we're going to avoid that. Where is the bow ronin? We're going to send him up to the wall, and we're going to simultaneously move all of our melee units back from the missile range of these bow Ashigaru units, which are just pelting my forces. Instead, we will be ready for the general unit, who is no doubt trying to assault our gates on foot. Very easily take care of him here. So that's not a problem. We're just trying to save as many units as we can here from getting attacked by those bow Ashigaru. And they're still in range, so they need to move. Well, first we'll take care of the general. Once I rout the general, the morale shouldn't really be much of a problem anymore, which is a good thing. Sending out all of our units here, including these units. I mean, overall, none of these units are going to die. Yeah, they suffered a little bit of attrition, but that's okay. In about 2 seasons, we'll have enough men to perhaps launch a counterattack with the help of our allies. Of course, we're making more Lone Sword Ashigaru units now, so that's good. And their general will fall very, very soon, which is also really good. And I think they're making a move on marching up the wall. As soon as they do, I will be moving my units in closer. And perhaps even using my Ashigaru garrison here as well. Right, so they're climbing up the wall. We need to move our men back here. So they're going to be attacking from over there. That's good. And we're going to be moving in all of our units to defend against these guys. We've already routed the general who's died, as you guys just heard. And we're doing really well. I mean, this is like easy. I mean, this is easy mode, really. We're doing a pretty damn good job here. And now we can just kind of fast forward, I guess, and watch as our general runs over enemy bow Ashigaru and routes everything that he can. And as you guys see, I mean, really, this is a good match. This is a good warm-up for most of our units. Really, really easy just to destroy them like this. Very, very simple. Good to know. So now, we got shattered units pretty much all throughout the walls. We're just going to fast forward here, like I said earlier, and just take care of business, so to speak. Which is nice, because this will allow my General's Bodyguard, I believe, to get some experience as we fast forward here. And pretty much every unit probably will get destroyed by the General's Bodyguard, with hope. I mean, I hope so anyways. But it doesn't look like I'm getting an experience for the Bodyguard, unfortunately. Just kind of lame. There's one unit over here, apparently, and we took care of that. So, it says it's a costly victory. I think that was a pretty good fight. At least in my own opinion. It was a very short fight. I believe that fight was only about 10 or 15 minutes long. And in Total War time, that's actually pretty good. The thing about I love about Total War games is that you really get into the action. It's not like a game like Paradox Interactive where you're, or a developer like Paradox Interactive where you're really just playing that campaign game the entire time. You actually get to be a general, which is really cool. So stats wise, we did a pretty good job. We've killed about 3 times the amount of units that they killed. And our garrison held, and it's only going to get more strong now that we're developing a temple in that city of Echizen, our capital. And now Wakasa is right for the taking. In fact, I think that Asai might even take it for themselves, and that's fine, because having a friendly, I guess, daimyo in power next to me is better than having a hostile one. So, what are we going to do here? We're going to see if we can't see that army in the east. It's controlled by Jimbo. I see nothing, so that means we can incite revolts. So the incitement was successful. And we got a new unit over here, Ikko Ikki rebels. Really good. So what are we going to do? We are going to set our men up across the border. Or actually, we'll set them up in Kaga, so we can defend that city if need be. Of course, we only have a fort there, so it's not very defensive. And I think I could probably go ahead and launch an assault on Wakasa, assuming I can get there in time. Kind of set our men over here. That way I can attack them next turn, because they only got a 2-unit army over here, so that's good. And what else can we do here? Can we recruit a unit? We can recruit a Ikkō Ikki Ashigaru unit. Yari Ashigaru unit. It's not very good. So right, what was I going to do? I was going to set up over here on the border of Kaga and Etchu, ready to attack Etchu if the opportunity presents itself. Of course, we do have a rebel unit over here, which should hopefully draw out the daimyo into attacking us. That'd be very useful if it did. Let's take a look at what we're researching now. We don't really need Essence of Spirit. What we do need is strategy of defense. That'd be really good. And then we'll work on strategy of attack afterwards, since we already have access to our monk temples. And next turn we'll actually be recruiting another monk. And just keep up this. So far it's a pretty good campaign. I mean, we were declared war upon on 2 fronts, but we've been able to fight back, and I think we'll probably do pretty well in this Let's Play series. Right, so Jimbo has just attacked me. We have the option to retreat, which might be a good idea considering they have 3 units of Yari Samurai. That's really scary, actually. We only have 1 unit of Yari Ronin. And, you know, we might be able to do it. I mean, I really don't know how to resolve. You know what, we're going to retreat. And I don't think he'll attack me now. Oh, he will attack me. Or almost attacked me, I should say. But guess what? We were able to liberate a province, which is really good. And now he's going to suffer from attrition, which is really good for us. We have access to Etchu now, so super awesome. And what we're going to do is, okay, even if we exempt the province from tax, we're still getting a very large hit to total public order. It's important that we kind of hold the province as well as we can. So let's see if we can we affect this unit this turn? I think we can. Let's demoralize this army. That'd be really good. Demoralization failed, that's fine, we're still getting experience. And we're going to specialize and be an agitator. And what this does is this allows us to more successfully take over enemy settlements using that incitement thing I just used last turn. Let's go with the noble student. It's pretty good. I guess the most decent choice out of that selection. Looks like we're stuck here. Oh no, we can get back. Cool. Alright, yeah, so we're going to be setting up shop in Kaga, kind of letting the Jimbo army bleed out for attrition. So that's nice. What can we do here? Let's... I don't really want to attack them in wintertime. But what's the alternative, really? If we can lay siege to their city this turn, it might be worth it. Huh. I'm at an impasse right now because I don't really know what to do. So, tell you what. Let's go ahead and... That'd be nice if we had some more bow samurai, but we can't make any at the moment. So let's let's hire a monk, which will be nice to have. And what else can we do here? It's likely that he'll make a move on Etchu this turn. That's fine if he does. We'll really have to see. I mean, if he attacks my castle town, that's really good. We'll have some defending units, and he's just going to bleed out from attrition otherwise, so that's nice. We do have... Okay, he's in the south too, in this province of Hida. I didn't realize that at the time. Let's see if we can't make peace with them. That'll make it a lot easier. Okay, we can. And we can get a trade agreement out of it too, so let's just go ahead and do that. Okay, right, so we've closed that front to war, which is really good. Now I can move my men to the west. And Takayama, we can't trade with them quite yet, unfortunately. And Saito is getting a bit bigger. They still won't accept my trade agreement. And then to the south now, I think Pasai was wiped out. Unfortunately. Oh no, it's still there. Okay, cool, cool. And who else can we trade with? We can trade with the Uesugi. And they're probably going to declare war on me, honestly. So at the moment, we're going to ignore them. And let's see about what we can do over here. Of course, like I said earlier, I will be moving my men west so we can take out Wakasa. But I'm fairly sure I should just go ahead and take out these units over here outside of the city. This will be really, really easy. We're going to go ahead and fight the battle, but first, guys, thank you very much for watching part 1. I hope you guys are pumped for part 2. We should make some more territorial gains and further the goals of the Ikkō-ikki clan. Thanks again, guys, and stay tuned for the next episode.